G'day mates and welcome back. This is Quirky, and apparently the relocator obelisk that I was basically dismissing in the last episode was the thing I was thinking of instead of this attraction obelisk. This thing will just like pull mobs in from nearby, whereas the relocator one I believe will actually like teleport them in. So that's the one I probably should have gone with, because that's the one I was thinking of, but never mind, this thing is doing something. Yeah, well, it kind of works. Gotten a few little bits and pieces in there. The problem is that it's so far away. When I'm over there, this thing doesn't activate, I don't think, or it's not loaded or whatever. But, oh well, live and learn. The other thing that I was worried about was that now that I have two of the aversion obelisks, there's one of them down in there, and then the other one is in that mountain, is that I was worried that the withers that I've been spawning for power wouldn't spawn anymore. Ah, dear. I was like, oh no, my power's going to be gone. But no, it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply to these guys. I suspect because they're not being spawned naturally. I'm assuming that's the difference. I'm spawning them in with a spawner, so I think that changes that. So they're spawning in just fine. Anyway, plan for today is a new mod to play with. I've added another whoa, jeez, oh. Berkey, you put that there. Why is that freaking you out? Oh, thought it was a mob. Deary, deary me. Anyway, new mod. Tinker's Construct. Something that I have played with a tiny, tiny little bit because I've done a little bit of Sky Factory and a little bit of the Direwolf pack, and they both have them in it. The thing is, I don't understand it very well. I don't really I know how to make the smeltery bit, and then beyond that, not a lot. And given that I'm playing with other people on a server for the Direwolf pack, I don't want to ask a lot of stupid questions. I don't want to be that person, you know? So I figure, I've got a mod world that's just, a pack that well, not even a pack, it's a group of mods that I've thrown together just to play with. So I'm just going to add this Tinker's thing and give it a go. So, I do know the first bit, thankfully. You need to start with some of these seared bricks. And you make that with grout. I am grout. Ah, that's cute. And that's the recipe there. So, I'm going to make quite a lot of stacks, actually. Reason being, I have the resources to. I have plenty of gravel, I have plenty of sand, I have sieves for days. I have those resources. I do know, a friend of mine taught me a trick, that if you don't have a lot, particularly of the clay, that's probably the harder, I would say the harder thing to get would be the clay. If you don't, there is a way around doing what I'm about to do, but I'm just going to make a whole ton of this. Hello. Chuck it in there. Put half in that one. And half in that one. There. That's going to cook away in there something lovely. We're going to start getting these seared bricks. Very fine. Very fine. Been watching Hermitcraft too much, don't mind me. Very fine. So, I go in here. Tinker's has an awful lot of stuff, like blocks and blocks for days, but anyway. Thing we want, start off with anyway. Where the heck? Hey, here we go. Right. Seared stone blocks. Down to there. So any of those. And I think possibly any combination of those. You can use whatever you like, I think. Not that it matters. But yes, I'm going to need some of those. The main parts, though, I'm going to need this. A controller. I'm going to need a tank. At least one. I believe you can have multiple. It doesn't matter. That's kind of optional, so I'm not going to use one. I am going to have a window because it looks really cool. In fact, I'm going to have two of those. Why not? faucets. I'm going to have 2 of these for reasons I will explain later. Casting table, yes please, one of those. Casting basin, yep, them. Rain. Do I want 1 or 2? I think 1 for now, and I can always make another one. Don't need that. Don't think I need that. Hang on, what are these things? Tinker tank. Seared furnace. I think that's something different. I don't know. I've never had to use those before. Oh well, let's go with... Actually, no, you have to start with... Which is the one you start with? That one there. That's the one you make out of the bricks. So let's do that. Just under a stack, that's enough to start off with. Right. Oh, and I'm also going to need... Do I have one? No, I don't. We are going to need lava, therefore I am going to use one of these. Oh, I don't have the wool, that's annoying. Make one of those. Go get some wool. Now, smeltery. Wait, need a tank. That's what I was doing, I was making a tank. I'm pretty sure my tanks downstairs are green, so I thought I might as well go get green wool. Thank you very much. Hope that's the right colour. Okay. I'm going to put it up here, because why not? Here we go, this'll do. Now, that slightly cheaty thing I mentioned earlier, if you don't have a lot of either sand, clay or gravel, whatever, what you can do is make, I think it's about a stack. You end up needing about a stack of the bricks. The actual bricks, those ones there. Something like that. So that you can make this, the tank, at least one of these 2, if not both, would be better. That, one of those, and I think it's 2 of those blocks. And what you can do... Should I put the base of this in the floor? Nah. What you can do is start with a 1 by 1. So you do 1, like so. Then you have 2 sides. You don't need these underneath ones. You can put them there if you want to, but it's not necessary. Controller. Near the front somewhere, because why not? You just need to be able to access that easily, basically. And then, oops, I did that wrong. And tank. And you can see that that's lit up now. That's what you can start with. Actually, no, I have done that wrong. You do need a drain. You need 2 blocks, and these are the 3 bits. There we go. Drain. Lovely. You can start with just that. And then what you would do is open this up, and you'd put cobble. In fact, let me show you. Okay, so I went and grabbed my cobble, and I also grabbed a fluid tank. This is not necessary, and this is also not necessary. The thing is, this tank needs to be full in lava in order for this to work, so you need some way of getting lava in there. You can do it manually with a bucket. So say if you had, for some reason, you couldn't put this next to that, you could bucket from there to there and back on. But anyway, we have lava now, that's good. That's pulling in from my lava generators downstairs, although it's not pulling in... Ah, there we go, it's updated. I was going to say it wasn't pulling in very much, but anyway. So say you've gotten this far, or you've got your tank and your controller, you can put a piece of cobble in there, and it will slowly, you can see the little gauge on the left there, slowly sear that. And so you'll end up with, eventually, a block of seared stone in there. Now, while I'm waiting, I'm going to put this, let's say here for now. This will cast blocks for you. So whatever you have a block worth of in here, you can cast into there. You do, however, need one of these on there like that. So once that's fully smelted, put that down while I'm waiting. There we go. Nearly there. There we go. 1 ingot of seared stone. I think you actually need 4 blocks. Let's do that in order to make a full block. Because this will only fill up, I think, 1/4 of the way now. Yep. Right, let's give this a minute to smelt the other 4. Or the other 3. There we go. Now I've got 3 worth. So that should hopefully fill up now. There we go. And that gives you a seared stone, which you can use as this. So that's a cheaper way of doing it, like if you're just starting out. However, I'm not just starting out, so I'm just using what I have, basically. And then if you want that block to match these ones, you can just craft them twice. Lovely. I'm going to go ahead and expand this, and I'll show you that when I'm finished. Smeltery's done. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, though. This thing is huge! Easily the biggest one I've ever made. Check out those windows, though. How cool does that look? That's lead, by the way. You can see up here. Although it doesn't give you the tooltip up the top there. That's fine. But yeah, how cool is that? That is sweet. So we have lava tank happening over there. This is my input chest, so I can put in a lot more than what the smeltery has room for, which is actually quite a lot. It takes nearly 4 stacks, I think. It's quite a lot. There's all the molten lead in there, which is casting out to all of these basins here. Extended the basins a little bit, added a few more. Normally you would sort of semi-automate the process of casting with these redstone clocks, but I thought, well, I've got a sequencer, let's use that instead. It's a little bit less bulky, a little bit more configurable, so that's pretty cool. So they're all going in there, and there's my output chest. Lovely! That's pretty much the extent of what I understand of this smeltery and how it sort of works. Next part is using these sort of table things to start making some tools. I believe the process is you make your stencils, then you make your parts, and then you make your tools. So let's give that a go. Let's start with a hammer, because they are the cool thing. Where are we? Here we go, down here, Tinker's hammers. Okay. There's an awful lot of materials you can make these out of. Paper hammer? That sounds terrible. Holy crap. Look at that for durability. Mining level stone, not very good though. Pig iron? What? Night slime? What on earth is night slime? Oh, come on, Quirky, learn to spell. There we go. Night slime ingot? Slimy yet metallic, but also stone. Fascinating. That does indeed sound fascinating. How does one obtain the night slime? I'm confused. Admittedly, it doesn't take much. Well, anyway. Let's go back to hammers. Let's make a hammer. Okay, I think there's two different ways you can make the parts to make the tools. So let's go in here. Making a hammer, so we're going to need one of those. A head. And then I've decided I want to try this end hammer first, so we're going to go with that. Oops, that's the wrong button. I think it needs, got the hammer head, need the tough tool rod for those, and the plates. That. To start with. And then we come over here, we put in the pattern, we put in the thing. There we go. My head. Sweet. Okay, let's try the next bit then. One of those. Yep. This is working. Then I believe to do a hammer you actually need 2 plates. So I do 2 plates like that. Spoolies. Okay. Then we come in here. Now there's actually 2 versions of the tool thing. There's the tool station, which is the basic one, and then the tool forge, which is the upgrade. So apparently you can't do hammers with a tool station, I have learned. So we come in here, go to hammer. Yeah, here we go, and then we put in the pieces. Nope, we put in the pieces. There we go. Woohoo, hammer! I made a hammer. Go me! That's pretty cool. Hold shift for stats, control for more. Ah. I'm thinking it goes up off the screen and I can't read it. Because it only has the 2 plates, but anyway. Mining level obsidian, I'm not quite sure. Not fully sure what that means. Anyway, I've made a hammer. Cool. Now I want to make one that you can cast. I want to do a cast. So let's go in here again. What I'm going to need to do is make these out of wood. Have I done this right? Yep. Okay. Let's grab one of them. Oops. One of them. One of these. I think we're only going to need 1. Maybe. Let's see how we go. We're going to need some gold. Gold is the thing you make casts out of, apparently. Do it out of that. Let's smelt all of it while I'm there. Ah, that's something I didn't take into account. I need to be able to turn these off. Ignore redstone. Restart on redstone. Loop the cycle when reg knows. Yep. That's probably going to be the one I want. Restart on no signal. Yeah, I think it's going to be loop 3. Yep, I'm going to need levers. There we go. Beautiful. Right, so what I want to do, get some gold in here. Get that smelting. You can put multiple ores in at the same time, but if you put certain things together, then they will smelt together. So if you put in, say, tin and copper, it will make bronze. They will mix and make bronze. If you put gold and silver in together, you'll get electrum, and so on and so on. So be careful what combinations you put in there, otherwise you'll lose all your gold to making electrum and you'll get really annoyed by it. So, now that I've got these 2 different things in there, I'm going to... how do I do the thing? There it is. You can, whichever one's on the bottom is the one that's going to pour, so you need to left click on the one that you want to pour next. Yep. I've got this. I realise that I kind of sound like I'm explaining it to you guys. I'm really not. I'm explaining it to myself. And you guys just happen to be listening. So, let me put the part in the casting table. And we cast the gold. And that is going to make a gold cast. of the hammerhead. There we go. Right, cool. Yep, that's what I wanted. Okay, let's take that out of there for now. And then I've got this thing, which is a pattern chest, which is, I mean, I could have used a regular chest, but I mean, it's part of the mod, so I might as well. Okay, so that's going to hold that in there. Lovely. Grab one of these. Cast that. Grab that one and cast that as well. Then we can cast as many times as we need to from the gold cast. You can also get clay casts, but they're single use, so that doesn't really work for me. Okay, so now that I've got these 3 plates to make things out of, I'm going to make a hammer. And I think just for fun I'm going to make it out of obsidian, because I believe that you can put water and lava directly in here and they'll smelt together to make obsidian. Where do I put the water though? No, no. Ah, it goes in the drain. There you go. Okay, let's take a bucket out of there. That in here. Hey, there we go. That worked. Oh, that's pretty cool. Just stand here doing this. Oh, I could make a separate smeltery and have a tank like this one drawing lava, and I could have a reservoir drawing water and have like automatic obsidian. Oh, that's brilliant. Come back to that idea. Oh my goodness. Anyway, in the meantime, a little bit more water. Yeah, there we go. Right. 2 blocks. 2 more buckets of water. Got a bit excited with me lava. There we go. Cool. Right. Let's do the thing with the thing. Put that in there. Obsidian on the bottom. Put that in there. And this will end up getting extracted to my chest over there, but that's fine. Okay, how much obsidian did that use? That used all of it. Oh my goodness. Right. You know what? I'm just going to see what I have in here, because I don't have time to be carting water back and forth. Let's just grab the whole lot. Beautiful. Gonna have automatic... Oh, look at that! Oh, that's hilarious. Going to have automatic obsidian soon anyway, so I'm just going to use all of it. Oh, look, it's gone. Hey, hammer. Is cool. What have you got? What happened there? Oh well. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay, skipping ahead a little bit. I've made a few more casts and things, and made a few more stencils and whatever. So I ended up making my obsidian hammer. And the thing I noticed about that is that the durability is rubbish. Why is obsidian so weak? I don't understand that at all. I've got an end hammer with 1,000 for God's sake. Why is that only 62? I don't get that at all. And then I made some arrows. I think I may have not done this the best way I could, but you know, I'm learning. So it's a prismarine arrowhead and a bone arrow shaft, and then feathers for the fletching. And because I can, I was just like, I have to make a fry pan. This thing is a silver fry pan, and it is holy. I have a holy fry pan. How amazing is that? Can't wait to smack a mob with that thing. And then the last thing I'm going to make is a bow. Because I would like a cool bow. So I've made lead bow limbs. Mostly because I just had some lead in the smeltery already. Vine's bowstring, because I thought the green one looked cool. And Electrum, because I was going to make a silver one and accidentally put it in with the gold and made Electrum because I'm an idiot. I warned you guys about this, and I went and did it anyway. Ah, dear. But apparently that gives it shocking, so that's kind of interesting. So, there we go. If you follow me on Twitter, and of course you follow me on Twitter, why wouldn't you? I actually got shot by a Tinker's bow, and it was an insta-kill in Sky Factory, so I don't think I've made the same one, but this could be just as cool. Close to night time. I want to smack some mobs. I'm going to have to wait for... go over here and wait for nighttime to get the hostile mobs. Let's smack a cow. Hi! Oh my goodness! That was so satisfying. Oh, I have to do that again. I'm sorry, cow. I'm sorry, cow. The noise! The noise of it! Oh, that's fantastic! Oh, that's... It's that pig gone. Come here. Come here. Oh, crying. Oh, crying. That's so funny. That is so funny. Oh, there is actually, now that I think about it, there's a version of it called Bane of Pigs. And I couldn't figure out how to make it, but I would love to make that one and smack a pig with it. How funny would that be? That's something for a future episode, I think. Anyway, I'm going to give it a minute. Well, a few minutes. Wait for night time. Let's smack some mobs. Still waiting for the sun to go down. And I remembered that Tinker's gives you a book. And that one of the things you can do with weapons and tools and stuff is put modifiers on them. So what I would like to do quickly, just check these out. Maybe put some on my weapons. I'm going to add blaze powder for fiery to my bow. Don't think that applies to bows. Let's do something like shulking? Light sort. Nah. Let's just try that blaze powder thing, see how that goes. Let's take a stack, because I don't know how much I need. Fiery, here we go. What does that add? Nothing that I can tell. I think it just adds the ability to do fire, maybe? Hopefully. Ooh, I have, like, crosshairs. Okay. Let's go find mobs. Whoa! The heck? Holy crap. That thing's kind of scary looking. Now, I know with this one you have to hold it and then release, so... Let's see if I can aim properly. Well, that was not very satisfying, I'll be honest. Still cool, though. I think I need a different selection of parts and modifiers and whatnot. used to work a little better. That is still a cool weapon, though. It's pretty sweet. I was hoping it would set them on fire, though. And I don't really understand why it went pink. More mobs, please. Oh, yeah, come here. Hey, creeper. Hey, creeper. Come here. Come here. I don't even care that he blew up. That was satisfying. Ah, dear. That was good. That was good. Hey, witch, stand still. Stand still. It's the sound of it. It's the sound of it that gets me. I'll have to come back and fix the creeper hole, but it was worth it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Cheers!